I've reached the age where my body is constantly finding new ways to betray me. And most of those ways are in outsized reactions. So one of my doctors told me, "You're just a stone producer," because I was there to see him because I had kidney stones and gallstones at the same time. I used to have really bad panic attacks, so an outsized anxiety response. And the most frequent one is my histamine response. I'm allergic to everything. I had some allergies before I had my son. After he was born, they became debilitating. So I'll leave it there. That's some context for you. On Labor Day, I was on my way home from my parents' house. It was evening, and I realized, I don't know how familiar you are with York, but I was at the intersection of Concord Road and Mount Zion Road on my way home. And to go home, I just go up Mount Zion Hill, and I only pass through residential areas from there. So I realized while I was sitting at that light that I hadn't eaten all day. And the only thing between me and home was a Burger King drive-thru. I was like, I'll eat a Whopper Jr. at 8:30 p.m., fine. So I pull into the Burger King drive-thru, and I'm watching, there's this black cat, and it's winding its way in among all the parked cars. It's trying to go inside the Burger King. And I'm a big cat guy, so I'm like, that cat's gonna get hit. What am I gonna do about it? And I'm watching, and then I pull up, I get my Whopper Jr., I come around the corner, the cat is still there doing the same thing. So I pulled into a parking spot, and I watched it while I ate my Whopper Jr., and then I opened the door, and I barely said, psst, and the cat was in the car with me. It's clearly looking for a ride. There's no houses in this area at all. It was, came right up to me, so I'm like, I wonder if it got dumped here. I don't know what his story is, he can't tell me. But I texted my friend who works at the SPCA, and I said, Kristen, you just had that very successful clear the shelter event. I bet you could take a cat right now, right? She said, yeah, we can probably take a cat. Is it friendly? I said, I opened my door and it got in the car, and it looks like it's really excited to go somewhere. So the whole way home, this cat is like a puppy, running back and forth across the back seat and putting its front feet up and looking out the window. It's all excited. And it's 8:30 on Labor Day, so there's no pet stores open. I'm just kind of driving around aimlessly trying to figure out, where am I going to get the accoutrements for this cat, because I have 2 cats at home. I don't want to upset the balance there, and also, I don't know where this cat's been. He's skinny, and I don't know, he's been outside for a while. So I finally find a Dollar General, a dollar store that's open. I go in, and they have a litter box and all the stuff that I need, so I take it home. The cat stays with me overnight, eats like he's starving, drinks a bunch of water, and then placidly climbs into my lap and purrs. He's so sweet. So the next morning, I hear from the SPCA that Kristen had talked to them, and they gave me a 9 o'clock appointment, so I take him in and sign the paperwork to surrender him. And I haven't known this dude for even 24 hours, but I cried when they took him away, and I'm like, buddy, it's okay. They can take care of you better than I could. Anyway, it's very traumatic. And a couple days later, I was having lunch with my friend Corey, who's our check-in volunteer, our MVP volunteer. There he is. And Corey said, did I tell you I'm going to adopt a cat? I was like, where were you a couple days ago when I had one just get in my car wanting me to take it somewhere? So he texted our friend Kristen at the SPCA and said, is that cat that JJ brought in still there? She sent him a link to the cats available for adoption, and there he was. He was named Burger King. Not Whopper Jr., as I might have named him, Junior for short. Long story short, too late. Corey is picking the cat up tomorrow, and they're going to be roommates. So I get to hang with him. It's very exciting. Okay. But that's not all. Here's the part that relates to our theme this evening. So a day and a half after I surrendered him at the SPCA, I started to get really itchy. And I know that if I get poison, if I get downwind of poison ivy, I'm covered head to toe. I have to go on prednisone. I need topical steroids. I'm a mess. But this was just not that bad and didn't seem to be spreading. It was just some really concentrated areas. And as it developed and the days went on, now this was Labor Day, so a couple weeks ago now, you can still see it. I think that our friend Burger King, BK, got into some poison. And the only reason I didn't have the surprisingly strong reaction I usually do is because it was indirect contact, because I only had it on my arms and my chest from snuggling him. So Corey, please give him a bath before I come to hang out with him, just in case. And that's my story to kick things off.